Welcome to another episode of Tech New Horizon. In this episode, we do go into this little battle tower thing, and we get a lot of gear and things, and it cuts down a lot of hours. It was very dangerous, but it all paid off in the long run. I'm very thankful for the dungeon. It was very necessary, and I probably do another one in the future, I think. And to get started, we went to the first floor. Well, I guess whatever is below a floor, -1 floor, I don't know. But we found a zombie spawner. I killed the zombies, and I was going to go and destroy the spawner, but like you'll see. Oh my. So yeah, destroying spawners is just not an option. Some iron, some copper. Cactus arrowhead, interesting. Common treasure. Gold coins from Thaumcraft and a couple other things. Last potion of decay and water breathing. Okay, I don't know. So after taking some of that loot, I just went back home, deposited some of the stuff on farm, and deposited some of the ores and stuff like that. Before I started my trip back over, I just had to go and make a couple of things. So after collecting the cotton from the farm and everything, I went and I put the bound leather up, and I was just waiting for everything to be done so I could just make a backpack before I go back into the dungeon, because my inventory space is just not cutting it out at all. Or at least that was the original plan, but upon going to the dungeon again, I was just looking at the first floor. I didn't know if there was only a first floor, but then I found this, and I found hoppers and everything, so it was pretty worthwhile coming here for some hoppers and some other loot through the night. Oh my gosh. I did not mean to do that. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Someone get this lava out of my hands, man. Oh my. Yeah, that was a close call. I almost killed myself like 2 different times by putting myself on fire. While in the dungeon, I found some tanned leather, which was the last thing I needed for the backpack. And I also found some steel, which would be very useful later. I found the master steel and a lot of other things that I probably wouldn't have had around this time, so this was a very good boon. After returning back to base, I used some of the pig iron parts to make a pig iron broadsword. And I also made an iron axe with a pig iron stick at the bottom, or tool rod. Alright, and now that I have both of these backpacks, I should be able to go into the battle tower for much longer trips, and it should be pretty good, and I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm willing to see what loot I get. Bro, I can't see. Oh, diamond shovel. And this dungeon did us pretty good. We got a lot of loot, like we got a lot of stuff for Tinker's Construct for making tools. We got a bunch of like random things, mob drops. We got a bunch of like valuable materials like diamonds and everything like that. So our inventory was getting kind of flooded, so we needed to go back and just deposit everything. And then we finally got to the final floor. This place had a lot of good loot, like a lot of diamond stuff. It had like stuff with like last standing like enchantment, which is pretty good. But I didn't know what it did for a while, and we even got like enchanted super apples, so that was pretty nice. And when this final loot room was crowded, I mean it was crowded. I had used a lava bucket and it still wasn't enough. There's just too many spawners. They're spawning too fast. I can't destroy spawners, so it was like pretty rough. Then there's a fisher zombie in there trying to like pull me in. It's just total chaos. And obviously, I was thinking I have to push up, because if I don't push up, then I'll never get rid of them. And I was thinking the lava would do a lot of good, but then I actually did get yanked. Down there. Oh my gosh. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it, indeed. I didn't know the last stand like enchantment makes it so that you're actually able to fight for a while even after you're supposed to be dead. If I knew that, or if I wasn't panicking so much, I could have ate that super golden apple and I probably would have been more than fine. It was literally just a mistake from me being way too like scared or panicked. I quickly geared up with whatever random stuff I could get. I wasn't really trying to get a bunch of good stuff just because I was gonna grab my stuff again. So I came back down and I went and grabbed my loot back, and we were in a good spot, or at least kind of a good spot. There's still too many things. Can we not do that? Raw human meat. After looting the dungeon, we just went and grabbed some of that bound leather that we got from the dungeon, and we made a second backpack because backpacks are broken, and the more the better. And it's time for the moment everyone's been waiting for. We are just going to go make our smeltery. Our first smeltery is a lot of gravel and a lot of clay and everything, but we collected a lot of that from the previous episode, so we should be ready for all of this. We then crafted our beautiful smelter, and we also made sure to put some lava in. I made it pretty tall just because I had a lot of blocks, plus it could hold a lot more stuff in it that way, and that's just how I love it. I mean, you can make a small one if you want, honestly, it doesn't really matter. After do sorting some of the stuff that we got from the dungeon, I saw that we had bronze. I saw that for one of the things they wanted to make a bronze freaking javelin, so I made that and a couple of tools. But like a lot of the stuff that I had was a little bit better than it, so it was kind of a waste in the long run. Oh, but the best thing that we made was literally this cobalt pickaxe. This thing is so big. We probably wouldn't have had this for the longest time. Probably not for like 100, 200, maybe 300 hours into the future because we need to get to the nether and everything for that. So this was very nice. I was able to literally mine everything in the game for the most part when I wasn't able to mine most things before. After that, we were really just on the lookout for copper, and we did find some copper. It was a copper and an iron vein, which is very nice because we needed copper and we needed tin to make bronze. And bronze is literally going to be the backbone of majority of the stuff that we do in the Bronze Age before you even get to the LV age. So this was a very good find. I then followed some more of the quest lines, like making a freaking saddle, and after you make a saddle, you get a horse, which is pretty nice because running everywhere literally drains your food. So this was very helpful for exploration. We then finally went and actually started exploring that slime like little sky island, and we did find it, and this will be important for future for getting like slime slings and stuff like that, so it was pretty nice. And since we already had copper, we just needed some tin. So I just ran around on my horse and we found some chests like this one that had some steel and other things in it, which is pretty nice. Along the journey, we found this like little brick house, which I didn't really think much of, but it was literally another battle tower beneath this one. And these bricks were literally come in handy for the next episode as well, because we needed a lot of bricks or clay in general. But I mean, there's a lot of things that you just need. You always need a lot. So we'll probably come back here in the future if we ever need to. I mean, if I run out of like cobalt or if I want some other things, I might just come back here, honestly. Oh crap. It's another one of the battle tower things. Okay. This is going to be very good to loot. And sadly, while we were traveling, I didn't know about quicksand or anything in the small pack, so sadly, we did lose our horse. I mean, I tried everything I could to save him, but it just wasn't working. I
Oh,
probably should
found
have hopped off way
quicksand. What the heck?
sooner. I don't even know if I even did the final blow to the horse, or if it was literally just the quicksand, like, killing the horse fast. It was terrible. Like, I don't know if I was doing that was
Oh
doing
my
it or what, but oh
gosh.
my gosh, we literally lost our horse. But the good thing is, after getting out into the snow area, we did actually finally find cassiterite, aka tin, that we need to make bronze. So I just decided to get as much of this as I could so I don't have to come back here for a while in the future because I don't have a horse anymore, sadly. And after coming home and smelting down some of the tin and stuff like that, we started the bronze production. And we will need so much of this. Like, it is ridiculous. Like, I don't even think one double chest is even enough. It is a preposterous. But this is one of the grounds we just have to get through. Alright, so we are going to get into the Steam Age shortly. And then I finally made my first small coal boiler. Again, starting the Industrial Revolution achievement. But oh boy, we will need way more boilers than now, and we will get even more intricate boilers. It's just boilers. I then went and hunted down some rubber tree saplings for the future. I don't know if I'll be using it now, but I know it's going to become handy later on. I also discovered that if you destroy these obsidian totems, not only do you get the stuff that you can use as obsidian, but you also get some stuff from Domcraft. You get these like little wisp spirit thingies. So I don't know what to use those for yet, but we will eventually when we actually get the like a little achievement path that leads us over. Oh, what the heck? So breaking those gives you stuff. Oh crap. I should have been destroying those. We then made a water tank, which is the most important thing we could have done. And when you make these, you want to make sure that your biome has a good amount of humidity. It affects how fast it fills up. The biome that we're in has 80%, so it should be good enough. And then we just go and we put the water into the small coal boilers, and then we can actually put in the coal and actually start making some steam. I also went to that one little cabin so I could break down the bricks so then I could go and craft some more of these little machines. So we made some of these bronze bricked holes. That's like the main component. And then we made 3 bronze furnaces, which we would replace our furnaces from beginning with so that we don't have to use any coal for those. We can just use a coal boiler and then have one coal basically power 3 furnaces instead of one. We also use some of the obsidian and we use the fire charge because the flint still won't work. And we actually were able to go and get another portal done. I want to see why I spawned in the nether. Okay. This was my little primitive setup before I even really understood how the whole entire thing works. So I had my 2 coal boilers on the side, and then they were going into the other steam furnaces. But I didn't know that I didn't have enough steam being made that it couldn't keep up with the other machines. So that was a problem. That being said, I did go and make a steam alloy smelter because it said it was a good way of making other things, but I don't know. I, I'm like a fan of using both the alloy smelter and actually using the actual smeltery. I don't know. So we got a little bit more pipes and then we went and put the alloy smelter over in this little portion. Also, don't make sure you don't step where the output is or you will get hit by steam. Also, if you step on the pipes made with steam, it does the same thing. Some of these recipes were asking for this one material that you just make with bronze and redstone. So I made a little bit of it. I didn't make too much of it because I don't know how many things I'll need to make with it, but if I ever need to make more, I can. So I forgot to include it from the last part, but I actually made a large coil boiler using some of the steel that I had from looting one of those chests, which was outputting more steam than the other one, so that was actually pretty nice. After farming a lot of wood and other things that I needed and getting 2 diamonds, I was actually able to make pistons and then make a steam macerator, which was very huge. This machine lets you put in 1 ore and it breaks into 2 dust, and then that lets you get 2 ore from 1 ore, which basically means you're doubling and multiplying most of your things. So I probably could get a lot more stuff if I literally just rushed this and then turn it into whatever. But it's not that much of an issue. It's just good to have. While waiting for a lot of our stuff to turn to bronze, which is most of what we do, just wait for bronze before we make new machines, I went and made a little bit more tools so that when I'm actually crafting things, I could do it a lot more efficiently because I'll have like 2 of every tool, so I could just make stacks of items without worrying about the tools breaking inside the crafting bench. I needed a couple more diamonds for some achievements and stuff like that, so I went to go get diamonds. Good way to know if a ore vein is going to be diamonds is if you're mining it and you don't see anything for the most amount of time, because diamond ore veins will also basically be at deep slate, which means that if you get very low, is most likely going to be a diamond vein because they can only pop up this low. Is it like a blood moon or something? Is that why it looks like this? Yes, so Craft has a couple of different things, and one of them is a blood moon. So a lot of enemies will spawn during a blood moon, and it's pretty dangerous, as is most things in Craft. Holy! Something was trying to grab me. Oh, something is pulling me. Things are exploding. I'm on fire. I just got boosted up into the air. Holy! Oh, that was terrifying. After just waiting for the blood moon to end, I literally just went in my base. I just did a couple of other things, like putting stuff into macerator and just go and sort my inventory and everything else. And I forgot to show it, but I actually was growing some of those slime trees, and I used a liquid extractor to make slime boots and a slime sling, and these things are pretty nice when you're going outside and you use it to get around. I shouldn't take any fall damage, right? Let me see. Yeah, we bounce instead. I don't really know how to maximize the momentum with this thing. It takes quite a while for it to charge up, like, and you have to actually look a certain way. I'm kind of a noob with using this, but it's definitely nice. After seeing I could turn terracotta into clay dust and stuff like that, I just went and I started mining a bunch of it, especially because this mountain literally has it. So for the next machines, this was pretty nice for it. And after everything else, I made some more coal boilers. I had some more steam macerators, and I had everything automated with the hoppers and everything. And I also made a steel forge hammer, which literally just turns things into plates. So instead of using a hammer and using durability, you could do it this way. So that was pretty nice. And with that being said, most of the stuff that I'm going to do next time is just getting over to LV age. So most of this time is going to be me just macerating all the stuff that I have and then turning into bronze and then making the machines out of it. And hopefully we get there. I also want to get an automatic tree farm so I can actually go and fuel the creosote machine so I can use that to burn with a different machine that I'll be using in next episode.